Thanks for returning. Wow, I'm almost finished with the stories. This is the second to the last story. Actually, it's the last story, and then the next taping will be something else. So I want to get right to it. This is a little long. Beginning the third year of our ownership of our hotel in Mexico, my husband and I really longed to have a base in the United States for a couple reasons. To be able to speak our own language, to visit with friends, and especially to visit with our families. I'm a grandma and I have two little grandchildren that sometimes I go months and months without seeing. So it was important that we have a home base in the United States. So we found a beautiful, wonderful old farmhouse around where I was raised in New Philadelphia here in Ohio, in northeastern Ohio. And on June 18th, 2007, we bought this house, closed it. We left the closing office. We drove out to this place. We walked in the back door into the kitchen, and I went straight for the kitchen sink, looked out, and was welcomed by the spirit of a white wolf. And I got the word sentry as I saw this wolf. And this wolf was 3D. I mean, he looked like a real wolf, but I knew that he was in spirit. So that was a wonderful welcome to this place, and I knew that it would be all that we dreamed that it would be. We've created, on our 4 acres here, we've created a real sanctuary for the animals. The animals know and understand that they have a safe haven here. As long as we're here, we can pretty much guarantee that they will not be harmed. We have all kinds of wildlife coming and going from the property. I've developed a very strong connection to the crows that are on our property. They do a great job. I've asked them to keep the predators off the property, and they have honored that request. So I continue to have wonderful experiences, especially with animals here while we're in Ohio. The other reason we moved here was that, I'm a seeker. I search. I search for more understanding, more knowledge, more making sense of some of these experiences that I've had that I've shared with you. And in doing so, and owning this property, it makes it a little easier for me to take classes if I want to, or fly to Seattle or fly to Atlanta to do something. And last year I did the healing codes with Dr. Alex Lloyd, and I really recommend that. I had incredible emotional healing as a result of the healing codes. I found the love that I thought was lost to me from my mother and my father. And I talked about that in a couple of the stories, something that I've just discovered recently, the gifts that they gave me. And I found that I received that healing through the healing codes. I'm going to share a funny story with you. When I worked with a life coach for a few months this year, even while I was in Mexico. I needed some guidance. And he turned me on to matrix energetics. And when I went on the website finally and looked at this website, matrixenergetics.com, I immediately resonated, because I thought that many of the answers that I seek for some of these experiences that I have reside within the understanding of the matrix. So, and it's called by a lot of different names. I think Esther and Jerry Hicks call it the vortex, and there's the flow, the this, the that, but whatever. I have a funny story to tell. When we got home this summer, our dishwasher didn't work, and we were told it was because it was inactive for 7 months and we should prime it. So we did that, and it still didn't work. And we thought we were going to have to get a plumber or somebody to come in and fix it, because it just wasn't. It was turning on and you could hear the motor running, but it wasn't circulating any water. So anyway, after I signed up for a matrix seminar, I hadn't gone yet, but I wanted to read the book. So I went to Canton. There was one book left at Borders Bookstore. I bought the book, came home, just devoured it. And oh my God, I thought, I can hardly wait to go to this seminar. Well, when I was reading the book, Dr. Richard Bartlett, who wrote the book, describes this thing called two-pointing. So I was thinking about my dishwasher, and I just immediately had the full knowledge and understanding that dishwasher was already fixed. The dishwasher might not know it yet, but it's done. It's a done deal. It's fixed. And I knew that I could fix it. Even though it was already done, I knew that I could fix it, go through the process of fixing it. So for the better part of the morning, I two-pointed this dishwasher. And you'd have to read the book or go to a seminar, because I'm not, I don't teach anything. You get that from Dr. Bartlett. He's the only one that can teach this stuff. But anyway, he describes the basic two-pointing process in the book. So I two-pointed the dishwasher all morning long, and nothing. It still didn't work. I'd turn it on and the motor would just run. So I'd have to turn it off. Well, later on in the early afternoon, I was making brownies, and I was standing at the sink chopping pecans. Earlier in the morning, I'd done my crossword puzzle, and one of the answers was Peter Rabbit. So anyway, back to the dishwasher. I'm chopping my pecans at the sink, and I'm thinking about the dishwasher. And I remembered the last time that it worked, in detail the last time that it worked. It was last year, the night before we left. I loaded the last load of dishes in the dishwasher. I had my hand on the rack, and my other hand, I turned the on button on, and I had my other hand on the door to the dishwasher. I put the rack in, and I shut the door, which activates when it's turned on. It turns it on. And I turned to my husband, who was standing there, and I said, well, honey, this is the last load of dishes until next June. And that's what I was remembering as I was chopping pecans. And all of a sudden, Peter Rabbit jumps up in front of me in my mind's eye with a little red bow tie on. And when he popped up, I just went, ha, like that, kind of laughed. It was kind of cute, kind of funny, and kind of surprising. And at that moment, when I just, the dishwasher starts working. Now, it was just not only humming, but it is just gurgling water and spraying water. You know how it does when you first turn it on. But the neat thing about this story is that the dishwasher wasn't on when it came on. The button, you can't keep the button in because that just makes the motor run. So it was off. So the dishwasher not only started itself, but it works, and it's worked fine ever since. So there's something to mastering the ability to do nothing, basically, and allow things to shift. And this is what I endeavor to understand. I endeavor to understand and get better at doing nothing to get things to shift, like the dishwasher. Now, if I can do it with the dishwasher, if I can do nothing to the dishwasher simply by knowing that it's already done, or whatever I went through, whatever process I went through was the right process. I just really want to know what that was, because I really didn't feel like I did anything except remember the last time it worked. So I don't think we have to work so hard at healing ourselves. I don't think we have to work so hard at shifting things that are, not working, or things that aren't working in our life or whatever. I think we can shift easily. I just want to get better at that. So I've signed up for another Matrix seminar. And I really, in this last taping, not this one, but the next one, the only thing that I will share with you is a channeled reading that I had done for myself from a friend of mine, a brand new friend of mine that I met at the Toronto Matrix seminar. She does beautiful work. And there have been a lot of people who have helped me on my path and in my recent life. And I want to share those people with you because they helped me and I want to help them. And so if you have interest, you can tune in for the next taping and hear my picks and my recommendations. And we'll have this in printed form too on some of the frames. So thanks so much for watching. It's been a pleasure.